Hi, and welcome to an Organized Chaos podcast. I'm Bobby Quarters. Chaos is here with me as well. We just wanted to thank you for watching.
Yes. Hey, Bobby.
And hey, and while you're here, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You could follow me on YouTube as well as Chaos and the podcast channel, which all three of those channels will be streaming this very show you're about to watch. All these counselors start dropping dead, left and right. Heinous killings. Turns out, that kid who drowned the year before, his mother came back to that camp and exacted revenge.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
Got it. Helps when you can find your mouse. Okay. Hey, Bobby. How's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty good, man.
Hey. So I think my cat missed streaming because, I haven't been streaming as much. And, he is, instantly in my lap just being adorable. Just oh, okay, we're doing this again. Yes.
I see that.
He was just we're doing this again. We're on it. And he is just being the cutest thing ever. But, yes. So last week got postponed pretty much because I couldn't do Monday and then Bobby couldn't do Tuesday. And that, I'll be honest, that was my week. So, so this week we're doing a little bit of catch up, but Doctor Who and Last of Us will be postponed a little bit. But we will get to it. We will still be covering Cobra Kai season 5, and we also get to wrap up Daredevil, Born Again season 1, and which is I just finished watching, which is why I didn't do a more formal intro. And then we'll also be talking about the new movie Sinners, and then the not as new movie. Well, I will be talking about the not as new movie Minecraft because I didn't plan it for the show because it looked awful. But my son's a huge Minecraft fan, and he wanted to go see it, and I'm like, okay. He didn't want to see Sinners though, which isn't a children's movie at all. But
no, it was not. But we'll get into that a little bit later.
But I guess we can go ahead and just dive right into Minecraft because I know Bobby didn't get around to seeing it, which again, it wasn't on the agenda, so it wasn't expected. But I really don't have too much to say about this. Did you guys see how the trailer and how it kind of sucked? Yeah, that's kind of it. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's the worst movie I've ever seen. I was bored through most of it, but it wasn't the worst experience of my life. But it was here's what I will say about this movie. I feel like an old man watching this movie because I there are so many moments in this movie where the theater was just applauding and cheering, and I was just I had no idea what the fuck was going on or the importance. I knew what was going on in the movie, but the importance of why they were cheering, I'm like, okay, this is the first thing I've ever seen this. I know my son's tried to get me into Minecraft. I'm just not into it. Yeah. I just saw this picture. This is definitely got to cheer. The zombie jockey, I want to say.
Or something like that.
Yeah. The zombie went on this bird and everybody cheered. And I was just oh. I think I've seen images of that in the game, but I don't. Okay. I thought the actors were fine given the material they're working with. I guess yeah. I'd like at the end of the day, I just thought I would talk about it because I went to go see it. Took my son to see it. My son is a Minecraft fan. He enjoyed it.
Okay, so
My
when you
daughter
said
was more mid on it, but yeah,
yeah, you said does your daughter play at all?
no.
Okay.
My daughter and I have both tried to play with him, and it's not. I
Happening.
just never really enjoyed it. Yeah.
No, I've fiddled around with it before,
Yeah.
and I mean the actual gameplay itself is okay. Like I guess survival is what it's called.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I get more enjoyment out of just doing the creative, where I could just build whatever I want out of it, everything. And it's kind of the cheat way, I'll admit, just because I
Yeah.
don't have to actually work for the resources. I can just go to a menu and pull them up, and they're there.
Yeah.
And
I can see that.
yeah, I can have more fun doing that than anything else in it. But I just, again, to stretch a movie out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part. Like, I mean, that's part of why they have such a big cast on this thing. What we have like 5 main characters, which are really 3 main characters. These are really our main characters. But these 2 came along. And that's part of why there's so many characters that come along, just because it's a fucking sandbox game. Like, how do you turn a movie into a sandbox game? And what they did was they did it with an ensemble cast. You know, here's multiple people, multiple things that they do, and multiple skills that they have. You know, fine. Like I said, I didn't hate it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Like, I guess if you're a Minecraft fan, you've probably already seen it. If you're not a Minecraft fan, as someone who's not a huge Minecraft fan, I was bored, but I didn't hate it. It happened. It existed. I mean, part of me does kind of appreciate like how they kind of kept the square look of a lot of the stuff. Which I guess you know, that's part of how you make a Minecraft movie. Well, that's behind the scenes. But yeah, I will say when it comes to the open world stuff, my son did get me into Stardew Valley, and I do enjoy that. But I think it's probably just more that one's a bit more structured than Minecraft. But yeah, if you enjoy Minecraft, you might enjoy this, and you've probably already seen it. If you don't enjoy Minecraft, you're probably just gonna be like me and be like an old man in the theater as people are cheering for stuff, and you're like, sure, whatever. I can't think of anything really to add. It's a movie that I saw with my family, you know, and that makes it worth it all in itself. See it with your family. But I would never go watch it by myself ever. If my son was not a Minecraft fan, this wouldn't even have come up. But it did, and I watched it. Yay. Yeah, I don't have too much to add. Bobby, anything? You didn't see it, but is there anything you want to add, or you want to just dive to the next thing?
You get into the next thing.
Okay.
I mean, I could talk to you about the reason why I couldn't record last Tuesday.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, yeah, you have a really good reason. My reason was just my son had an art class. What was your reason?
That was I went to a concert instead.
Yeah. I saw the pictures of that. That looked awesome.
Went to go see the Wooten brothers. And if you're not familiar, Victor Wooten and his brothers, there's Joseph, who played the keyboards, Reggie, who played the guitar, and Roy, who played the drums. They're a group of brothers who've been playing music since they were little kids. So this is like, you know, maybe we're talking like late 60s when they first started as little kids. And they're all grown up now, but like they've been playing music. Originally there was 5, but they lost one of their brothers. But but they still all play music. Joseph plays keys for Steve Miller Band and has for the past 30 years.
Damn.
Like, just
that's awesome.
Give you an idea. Like, yeah, he's played the keyboards for the Steve Miller Band for the past 30 years. Like, that's awesome. Roy plays with Victor in with Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. I'm sure you're familiar with them, Bob.
No.
Oh. Well, they're touring this winter, so if they come in, I'm going to buy you a ticket. We're going to go see them, and
Hey.
yeah, they're awesome. But yeah, kind of like funk, jazz, and R&B kind of music.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, it was great. I was like, I had a really good seat, like maybe 4 rows from the stage.
Nice.
And it was in this old building in Columbus. It's like the Amphitheater Theater, I think. It's like an old building. They even rent it out for weddings too. Like it has a whole chapel on the second floor. And a concert venue on the top. Yeah, that
sounds interesting. Yeah.
It was an interesting venue. Yeah, definitely interesting place to see a show. Seats were a little cramped, but smaller venue.
Hey, they had seats at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But let's see. So next thing I pulled up here, I went ahead and pulled up Cobra Kai since it's not super relevant right now, but we can get into some of the stuff, so we can get caught up for Karate Kid Legends when we go over season 6 of this.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I was like, hey, let's go ahead and cover Cobra Kai because I have a lot to say about how I love how this series started and how it's kind of degraded. And then rewatching a lot of it, like, yeah, it's not as good as season 1, but I don't like this didn't degrade as much as I remember. Like, I don't think this is as good as definitely like season 1 still peak, but like, season 2 is still my least favorite. But this season I thought was all right. And I will say there is one element that I thought pretty much carried this season. And this element got a lot of screen time.
Terry Silver.
That I wasn't gonna go with Terry Silver.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. You gotta know. It was fucking Chozan. He was fucking amazing in this season.
No,
I loved having him there.
He absolutely was. Yeah. I think that Terry Silver was a little muted this season.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Everybody was a little muted. I felt like Johnny took a backseat to Chosen. I felt like Daniel even took kind of a backseat to Chosen. And you know what? I was fine with it because I
I mean like
doing Chosen.
In general. Like I think every character kind of was like just watered down a little bit from last season. Mm-hmm. Like I mean, Terry had that still weird hyper fixation of beating up teenagers, which is
it's so weird.
It's still weird. Even after all these years now.
It's like Terry Silver was like performing himself, and then Priestess says a couple words, all of a sudden he's psycho again.
Yeah, just clicks it on. But you know who brought 1,000% from the moment they walked on screen?
Who
cares?
Who was that again?
Oh, the original Cobra Kai guy, Harris or Karis. I have it here in front of me. No, the other Cobra Kai instructor, the guy in prison.
Oh, Kreese.
Kreese, that's it.
Yes, Kreese. Like Kreese was only in about half of this season, but yeah, like I kind of liked his stuff. How like at first, like he's not doing great in prison, then he finally kind of establishes himself, and then he just goes full like psycho at the end, and I'm kind of like, you know what? If this series, what feels like it's doing, is it's building up to finally have like a final like showdown between honestly Kreese and Johnny. I would love to just see that. I would love to just see Johnny just finish this thing. But yeah, Kreese was the original piece of shit Cobra Kai guy, so it makes sense to kind of bring him back. Yes. Just got wind through the window there. My AC isn't working, so my windows are open.
Oh, that's awesome.
But Kreese was kind of awesome in this season as well, even though he didn't have as much screen time as a lot of the other characters.
We did get we also got we got a return of a character too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, are you talking about Mike Barnes or is there someone else?
I'm talking about not Mike Burns. That was cool.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed that, but I'm talking about the return of Stingray.
Oh God, yes. Stingray. Yes, the famous 40-year-old who wants to be part of the teenagers karate club, which I mean, honestly, with the way Terry Silver acts, he can't really criticize. Like these guys get so weird about these kids. And it's like, I don't know, could you maybe just focus on teaching them like basic morals? I don't know. um I do feel like that's one of the elements I didn't appreciate as much my first watch through these seasons. I appreciate a bit more now. Just the utter absurdity of just these adults getting all caught up in this karate competition as if it's a hardcore blood sport, and how absolutely insane like Terry Silver and Kreese get about it. And yeah, I find that kind of more entertaining this time around.
Like
Maybe because I knew
Kreese
that going
talking,
in. Yeah, I
like
mean,
Kreese talking to hold on, just no, talking to the girl from Cobra Kai. I can't.
Tori.
Tori, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Like he's like talking to her, like, you know, like this is engagement of war, and it's like, no, dude, this is karate. Like,
Yeah, it's you guys do karate dojos and you take it way too seriously. And and I mean you could definitely argue that like Daniel and Johnny and definitely Chosen are taking it too seriously. But like Terry's over here being a fucking psycho at the same time. So it's like, okay, part of me kind of gets that. But it's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Terry literally bribing judges and like, God damn, like some of the contests they're doing are like so obviously like so obvious that Terry is like, rigging it with the referee constantly looking for Terry for like what the call is. And it's like, okay, how are they not catching this? How are the judges just letting that fly? That is obvious. Like the ref, if he's going to take a bribe, needs to be more fucking subtle than that. um
yeah, I that part kind of annoyed me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I do feel like this series is getting more cartoonish. Like the introduction of Mike Barnes, I thought was cool. When he comes back later, it's almost kind of like, wait, what the fuck, really? Because it is set up to be this thing where it's like Chosen, Daniel, and Johnny are out partying. Johnny's gonna have a baby. And then like the limo gets abducted and they're not sure where they're going. And it turns out it's Mike Barnes who blames him for the burning down of his furniture store, even though the motherfucker knows that Terry Silver is out there and he is the just type of dude who would do that.
Not only that, like, sometimes I think that they build Cobra Kai up to be its own. It's like its own character.
Yeah,
and it's like it's like the way they talk about it, it's like, you know what Cobra Kai does to people? It's like an after school special. Like, Cobra Kai is drugs. Like, there's times that I'll just kind of laugh and roll my eyes at it, but it's still entertaining, and it was very funny. Or it's cool how many of like the characters from the original that they brought back. Like, I think my favorite was Chosen and Mike sharing stories of what they did to Daniel, and they're both just kind of laughing, and you see them just gain respect for each other. Like, oh, you did that? Oh, that's hilarious.
Another thing I will say about this season that I really appreciated was the fact that, like, I think we actually successfully went 2 seasons now without Daniel and Johnny turning on each other and just being buddies. You know what? I like that. I like them being buddies, because it felt like for the first couple of seasons, it just was like they'd have these episodes where they're buddies, then something happens, and now they're blood enemies. And I like that we were able to go a couple of seasons without that actually happening, because that just drove me insane. Well, I think even I want to say in season 4, even that happened a little bit, where was that season, or maybe it was season 3 where they split. I don't remember, but
I think that was 4. No, it was 3. It might have been 3, where they had like an eagle talon.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like Eagle Town is like the dumbest thing ever, and I
But
love
it's
it
the
just for
funniest
that.
fucking.
Yeah,
It's the greatest
dude,
thing ever.
dude.
Yeah.
Like they sell Cobra Kai shirts, and I know I got one somewhere, but it's like I would absolutely get an Eagle Fang T-shirt in a heartbeat because it's the dumbest image I've ever seen, and that's why I love it. The eagle with the fucking fangs out its beak. It's like it makes no sense. Gold.
Found.
Yeah.
I already found.
Oh,
it.
I'm sure they make them. I just haven't seen them at the store. I haven't gone through the internet though. I'm sure it's there.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's so quick,
Mm.
so quick. Thank you, Em. Thank you, Evil Bezos. There's also
So
Miyagi Do.
goddamn-
Yeah.
No, in Miyagi Do, like if you're actually going for a proper karate school, it is Miyagi Do. But Eagle Fang, pure Johnny. I love it.
Sorry, I'm just looking at it.
It's the dumbest thing ever, which is why I love it. But yeah, I enjoyed this season. I think it's probably my probably better than season 2. That's probably the only season I'd rank this season better as. But
Here
I don't know.
go.
Like I like Chosen in this season. I and Terry just being fucking absolute fucking psycho is weird, but okay.
Here we go. I got it up now.
Oh, hey, nice.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, that's right. Stupid. I can't just add stuff. I have to take it down first. Yeah, that's an Eagle Fang.
That's this.
It's so dumb. I love it.
This right here. Won't let me do that. But yeah, that right there is like just the blood on the fangs is like a very nice touch as well.
Yes, it is pure Johnny. It is amazing.
It absolutely is.
But yeah, I this does have me interested to see where this series concludes to, because it definitely feels like it's concluding. Because yeah, Terry got taken down with that video, and now Kreese is coming back, and
well,
yeah, I'm interested to see how it wraps up. I'm assuming he'll give a good arc for Johnny, and then and then Daniel will probably just carry on in the next movie, which will come out next month as well. So, anything you want to add, Bobby?
No, I'm excited to see where the next season goes, which kind of sneaking up at it looks like we're gonna have another karate tournament.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the big tournament that they competed to join in this one, we haven't done that yet. So I don't remember. I thought I saw it listed somewhere in one of these episode titles or episode descriptions. I'm not seeing it, but it's supposed to be the big karate tournament that nobody's heard of.
Oh, that one, the one that they were talking about in the last.
Yeah, they haven't actually done that one yet, so we will see. But yes, anything you want to add? Or are you ready to? I guess it'll probably be Sinners next.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
All right, Sinners, the first decently budget Ryan Coogler movie. I think his first real foray into horror. And I definitely argue
also
Fruitvale Station has elements, but yeah, this
also
is definitely
100% original too.
Yeah,
like full IP owned by Ryan Coogler. Like, just want to bring that up because that was holy shit. This was great.
Yeah, this was kind of awesome. Like if you're looking for a movie of social commentary, this has it. If you're looking for just like a crazy, insane horror movie, this has it. If you're looking for a movie with really kind of insanely awesome musical scenes, this movie has it. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this as well. I really want, like, I was watching the theater and I was watching it closely, that like these two passing that cigarette at the beginning, And
Yeah.
I want to rewatch that scene because I'm like, man, how did they do that? Because that looks fucking like seamless right there. But like just the scene of Michael B. Jordan passing a cigarette to Michael B. Jordan back and forth between each other, smoking it. I'm like, oh my God, how are you doing that?
And even more so, I want to know how they did it because I know that he shot this on film.
Yes,
So
yes, you could tell.
How did you do? Because even opening up like that, I was like, oh, this is film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then just that again, that seamless shot, and I was like, okay, well, obviously you filmed them both separately, but like you had their movements timed out well enough with probably, like you had Red's or you had Smoke's movements timed out with Stack's movements for every scene that they're in together.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you have all the action play out and everything.
Almost certainly.
And
probably having a hand double for a couple of shots, I imagine, to splice it in there easier.
And maybe just splicing the film in there, but I think, or splicing the two bits of film together.
Yeah.
Making it one. But just, oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was wild.
It's and even like Michael is literally playing two different characters. Like,
oh yeah, no, that's one thing I really like because like Smoke and Stack are similar, but there are also character differences. Like there's lots of elements about them that are very similar, and then lots that I just immediately telling you, Smoke is has a much harder edge. He's much more disciplined. Stack is a bit more relaxed.
Smoke is in the blue.
Yes.
Stack is in the red. Which at first I thought like, okay, blue and red, so obviously polar opposites. And I went, so is that going to play into their personalities? No, red is more the welcoming and the warm.
Yes.
Blue is more of how he will be with you. Cold.
Blue is okay with you if he knows you.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't fuck with Blue.
Well, don't fuck with him. Don't take his shit either, because he'll shoot you in the ass, or
No, I mean, I thought his performances were quite good. And that was also something I kind of wondered after watching this. I was like, so did Ryan Coogler come up with like this idea for a movie? And Michael B. Jordan was like, well, I want to be a vampire. Oh, spoiler, there are vampires here.
I'll admit, I wasn't
sure
idea
what
vampires
were kind of hinted at in the trailer.
I wouldn't go with that.
The movie.
I wouldn't say they were hinted. It was some sort of creature of the night. Now, with the religious influence and the music, it could have easily been devils or demons.
Yeah,
very easily that. But like even the whole time I go like, I don't know, like watching it going, because I wasn't sure about that. Just some sort of evil, nefarious creature of the night is what I just was of the understanding of. And as soon as it got to the scene of like the bouncer was like, they said, Cornbread, you're big enough to push all of us through here. Why are you asking if you can come in?
Yeah.
Right then I was just like, oh, this is vampires. But I also kind of figured it when you saw the main one guy just fly upward and going, I'm leaning towards vampires. And then thinking more about the first time we see him, I was like, why does it look like he was been on fire? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, there's so much about this movie to appreciate. The whole movie is based around Smoke and Stack, obviously, our main characters. They are essentially just setting up they have the funds and they're going to set up this new nightclub essentially, and they're going to have a big old grand opening. They're getting Delroy Lindo to do the music, and their cousin, who's actually quite good. What were you going to say, Bobby?
Well, they stole money from the mob in Chicago in 1930s. They stole a bunch of money and brought it back down to Louisiana or back down here. So, I mean, that's kind of a point. And like you said, this movie pays homage to a lot of different, like, there's a lot of like nods to other horror movies.
Oh yeah,
in here, because that was like very much like I was like, okay, so it's like Dusk Till Dawn, cool.
Yes.
They're
Dude,
here, and
like
then
that movie occurred to me as well, because Dusk Till Dawn is a movie I have mixed feelings about, because like I actually feel like that's like two good movies strung together, and I feel like it could be strung together stronger. Maybe I'd feel different if I rewatched
they
it.
were two
but,
very good movies at
Yeah.
some point that they
yeah. The movies suddenly change. Like it's very sudden where you're watching this one crime gangster movie, and all of a sudden it's a fucking vampire movie.
But like even like when it's the crime and gangster movie, and there's also a bit of a broken family or a family that's going through some stuff, and that element, and then those two stories combined, and then they're one, and then it's a road trip movie. At that point, you're thinking, okay, this is going to be an interesting, like, story that might end in a shootout or anything. They get to the bar, everything still seems to be okay, and you think that this is just going to be a stop and whatever. And then shit
Selma
hits
Hayek's
the
a
fan.
vampire.
And then Selma Hayek's a vampire. Tony Savani's a sex machine. He has some sort of gun pistol penis thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, Tom Savini. Tom, not Tim. Tom Savini.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, Tom Savini. God damn it. Yeah.
Tom Savini's a sex machine. Yeah,
But yeah,
happens.
I had very similar vibes with this, although I feel like this weaved it together better.
This weaved it so flawlessly.
Yeah.
And even when it got to the clip of what we think is the main vampire, which that rule didn't apply apparently.
Yes.
They played with the lore, which I'm okay with, because I had a feeling it would work in the end, and it absolutely paid off well.
Yes. Yeah.
This movie does the Marvel thing. It does have some stuff at the end.
Yeah, there's a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. And post-credit scene is kind of just a fun little thing. It's less important. The mid-credit scene is kind of a big deal. But it definitely is just something added to the story. It's proper post-credit scenes where it's like you don't need them for the core story. But I do feel like that the mid-credit scene is very nice. With kind of a semi-reunion. But yeah, Michael B. Jordan gets to play I don't know, kind of the final girl. I would say there's two final girls here. Neither one are actually women, but and also a vampire. And also, not completely unrelated, but if you like to see the Ku Klux Klan get shot up a whole bunch, this movie has that for you too. Yeah,
that was
like
that was fucking beautiful. I love that.
Oh God, yes. Oh God.
Like as soon as it was more like what is that? What is he sitting on? Is it going to be open money? Then he opens it up and I went, oh, that's. They did say they were in the war. That's right.
Oh, what did you think of that musical interlude? I think it was before even vampires were introduced, when the club's playing the music and
where
it does the generational music thing.
Yes. I have one thing that's been driving me crazy with that scene actually. And okay, so the guitarist, the electric guitarist, the one wearing the leather and the sunglasses, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who is that supposed to be an analogy of, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it could be one of two people, possibly three. And my third one, I feel I'm stretching a little bit for it. So it could be either A, Michael Hampton, or Eddie Hazel of Funkadelic, Parliament Funkadelic, P-Funk, right? Ernie Isley, because he kind of dresses like a biker, and he is like fucking badass too. A badass guitar player. And the third is Jimi Hendrix, and that one I feel is just too much of a stretch.
Well, that's the thing. I felt like watching it. It felt like a amalgamation, honestly.
Could have been,
because I definitely got the Jimi Hendrix vibe as well. Even though it was a stretch,
well, Jimmy inspired Eddie Hazel very much from Funkadelic. So they heard him, and then they got. I know that I'd heard George Clinton say that he had heard Jimi Hendrix play, and he wanted to get a guitar player like that. So he found this guy Eddie Hazel who could play very much like Jimmy. But that's unrelated. That's just me dishing out Parliament Funkadelic information that I know. But
no, like literally the it's not diegetic, but there's this fantastic musical number pretty much right in the middle of the movie where like the whole party just burns down and you just see just generations old school music, new school music. Like this is supposed to take place in the 30s.
Yeah,
but
and
it has
you
like
see
electric
it pretty
guitar
much
stuff. And
the
just,
sound even evolving, even
Yeah.
to like where it's a DJ and a guy rapping.
Yeah.
It was a very cool sequence, like really cool sequence.
No, this is like Ryan Coogler. Like it feels like Ryan Coogler had like a whole bunch of like crazy ideas that honestly shouldn't work together, but they kind of fucking did. Yeah, I mean, Ryan Coogler like is one of those filmmakers. It's kind of just cemented himself for me as like, he's fucking good.
I
he
would
knows
definitely
what the fuck he's doing.
This movie definitely, I would say, is like it absolutely has a loud message that is just very clear. But it is also a love letter to family, brotherhood, and the Delta Blues.
Yes.
And me being a fan of that era of Delta Blues, oh man, I when I saw that this was on our schedule, I was like just like, oh fuck yes, because I was just because if you didn't, I was gonna put this on just because it looked solid good. Just based off of the horror fact before I even knew before I even knew anything about it, and then I watched a trailer for it, like a one with that featured more of the music stuff, and I go, okay, yes, and it has that horror element on top of it. Yes, I am here for that.
Well, I remember seeing essentially seeing the trailer and kind of just being like, okay, so it's a Michael B. Jordan horror movie with like a vampire thing. But then when I saw Ryan Coogler was involved, I was like, yeah, I gotta add that to the agenda because Ryan Coogler, in my opinion, just is making bangers outside Black Panther 2.
We like him on this channel.
Yes.
We are fans. We think he does a great job, and I think he's probably one of the most important directors of our modern day in cinema.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, especially with something like this, because this is his, like I said, this is his first foray into well, I mean, Fruitvale Station was just a low budget movie, although that's based on a historical event. And then, he did Creed, which was fantastic. He did the first Black Panther, which is fantastic. He did Wakanda Forever, which I wasn't thrilled with, but there are good moments in it.
Visually,
it had tons of behind-the-scenes stuff.
Well, visually, it looked great.
Yeah,
I don't think he had much power.
Was actually good.
I don't think he had much control over the story.
I think he had all right control of the story, but yeah, there's lots of production issues with that. It's one of those things where it's like I don't really blame him for that.
Well,
and then
I don't either.
His name on this, I'm like, okay.
What I really think is maybe they had a movie written.
Oh, they did.
What happened.
Yeah,
and then they had to piece together. They still had to get to the same point B. No matter what, they still have to get to that point B in order for all of MCU to move. So
then I mean, I'll be 100% honest. I don't think Letitia Wright was 100% up to the task, but I also don't think her character was as fully developed as as it should have been for that as well.
No, not by that point.
But Angela Bassett's great in that movie, so I mean, points on there.
And I mean, hey, Moopsie also has rabbit glasses.
Moopsie is always the best. But yeah,
see.
Oh, nice.
And they light up.
Very cool. I need to get myself a Moopsie, if nothing else, just to get for my daughter. She would love that.
So I'm thinking about for Horror Hound. You want to go as Lower Decks, and I could bring a little crate. We could keep Moopsie in it.
That would be hilarious. That could be funny. But yeah, if you like vampire movies, if you like historical movies, if you like movies that dive into the history of Black culture and how white people fuck them over, if you like to see Ku Klux Klan members get fucked up,
if you want to see what happens when I encounter them in Red Dead Redemption,
this is the movie for you. If you like Ryan Coogler's work outside of Black Panther 2, as I do, this is a movie for you. If you like Michael B. Jordan as an actor, this is a movie for you. Yeah, I really don't have. I can't really think of anything negative to say about this. To be honest,
let's talk about some of the performances of the vampire antagonists. Like, they were just good, and how it was like,
yeah,
how they depicted them, and how they were always kind of like just vibrantly dancing and moving around, and
yes,
like to the music, and yeah, I thought that was just always cool. And the music,
Yes, it was.
all the music was really good in this.
We're just getting cast photos here. Damn, new movies don't have as much photos. I was hoping we get good shots of the vampires, but they do come kind of late in the game. Although you do get hints,
And
of
they
them.
are kind of covered in blood for the
Not
most
super
part.
late, but yeah.
So after we meet them.
There's
So
a decent amount of blood in this. This is definitely a solidly hard R. But yeah, I love the cast as well. I really liked Delroy Lindo. I feel like I haven't seen Delroy Lindo as much recently.
No, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, fuck yes. Fuck yes.
The guy who played Sammy, Miles Canton. I don't think I've ever seen him or seen his name before. He was fucking great. I loved him.
Yeah.
This was awesome. Good
Haley
movie.
Seinfeld was very great in this too.
Oh yeah. I feel like I would get into like spoilers if I really dive into her character, but yeah, she was awesome in this. The guy who played Cornbread was awesome. Omar Benson Miller.
He's always great.
Yes.
I watched actually an interview with him about it, and or about making this movie, and he was talking about how like on the last day they wrapped filming, some of the editors had put like 10 minutes of the movie together, and he was like, now sometimes when you're working on something that it's going to be great, it's special. Mm-hmm. And he's like, man, I'll tell you, after watching those 10 minutes, I could have stood there for the whole 2-hour runtime, hurt feet and everything after from work filming all day, just to watch the whole thing, just off that 10 minutes alone. And it's like,
nice.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder what, and it made me think, I wonder what 10 minutes it was.
I wonder too. Of course, yeah, there's lots of good 10-minute segments here. It's
probably
a good movie. Check that out.
And I'm betting you it was the music performance scene.
Probably that was really a standout. Where it's like, I was watching, I was like, whoa, I wasn't quite expecting this, but I'm here for it.
And appropriately, there's a Guitar Center ad right below it on my page.
Of course. Are we ready to talk about Daredevil?
Yeah, let's get into that. Because there's some things I have to say about this.
Well, I think overall, I like this. I was hoping for a bit more of a conclusion. I definitely think it ended better than it started.
It definitely, like I said, got better as it went on.
Yes.
It did have some moments that were just, you could call them fan service, but for me, I loved every fucking second of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't get a whole lot of Frank Castle in this, but like, I love his stuff. Oh my god!
But when you do, I thoroughly enjoy. I think we're talking about the same part, but I thoroughly enjoyed that. Like,
oh god. Well, I assume it's towards the end where he's tied up and he's facing off with the other Punishers.
All of his fanboys. Yeah.
Oh god. He's like, you guys are fucking clowns.
You guys are fucking
yes,
jokes.
Frank. Yeah.
And it's just, you just voiced a complaint that I've literally been bitching about for years.
Well, it's one of those fan things where it's like you got all these dipshit fanboys of the Punisher that don't remotely understand the character.
No.
And you visualize Punisher actually meeting them, and that's how I visualize the meeting being, where Punisher's like, the fuck is wrong with you people? You think I'm a big hero? What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking clowns?
Like, he picked up the bullet and I went, oh, you motherfuck you. And it was just, I think all that came from was, or the abuse of the Punisher logo. What I think that came from is just trendy big box stores just selling whatever logos of
Yeah.
And Marvel, they weren't doing so well in the books, so they sold a lot of that stuff.
Yes.
And someone sees a skull. Oh, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, it's badass.
Because I mean, it is a cool logo.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a freaking Punisher hoodie in the other room. I won't hide it, but at the same time, I also understand who the fuck Punisher is.
I hope it's a black and white one.
It's actually gray.
Oh, that's cool. That's dope.
But yeah, overall I thought this was good. I don't like Matt's girlfriend in this. There was a point where I was like, maybe she'll be okay, but towards the end, I was kind of. And I will also say, there's also a point towards the end where like she's trying to talk to Matt, and I'm like, Matt, you either need to tell her about the fact that you're Daredevil or break up with her at this point, because like this thing.
What
where,
was
like,
it? Oh, what was it when they were at the party?
Yeah, and she's trying to talk to him, and he's listening, and it's like
actively zoning out, and it's like,
yeah, he's actively zoning out, and she's like, "You're not listening to me," and he's like, "Oh, yes, I am." It's like, no, you're fucking not. And you know what? I 100% get why you're doing this, and this is what you guys are. It seems like they're living together, or at least borderline living together. And it's like, Matt, you either need to, yeah, you need to either tell her or break up with her. Those are your two options right now. This shit where like she's trying to have an important conversation with you and you're listening in on Fisk, which, yeah, I get it. You need to do that. She needs to know that you're doing that, though.
I was holding out just the slightest bit of hope when Karen showed up and with Frank. And I was going to be like, I swear to God, if Foggy comes around that corner, I'm going to be so fucking pissed.
Oh, God. I was wondering about that because there was moments where I was like, I was like, wait, are they gonna say Foggy's alive? Because don't do that. No.
They started off with him, and then like why all of it was, and it was like he went back into investigating it, and then they had that he went back into investigating it, found a huge lead. They totally were like leading in for that, but no.
Yeah, they didn't do it, which is good. One thing I will say is I really felt they needed to resolve the Bullseye thing more than they did. Bullseye. So spoilers for this series. Bullseye escapes from prison, attempts to kill Wilson Fisk, and then runs away. And that's about his story. And I was like, wow. It really feels like you should resolve that one a bit tighter.
Now, with that well, yeah, I agree, but we'll get in. We'll go back to the assassination attempt because I want to talk about that a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of really did nothing with him, and they made Muse seem like fucking like he's like Victor's ass, only to be dispensed really fucking quickly.
No, the episode where they built him up as like this super villain is pretty much the episode he dies in.
Quite like
it was like, oh,
quite easily too, it wasn't like a big thing or anything. Like it was just like, he's dead. Yeah.
So Daredevil, like he's attacking Daredevil's girlfriend. Of course, he doesn't know that because she's a therapist and she's just his therapist. By the way, she has a wild fucking client list. I'm just gonna say that. Like, holy shit. But
like, are there no other shrinks in the greater city of New York?
What are the odds? But anyways, yeah, she's the therapist from Muse. She figures out who he is. He attacks her and kidnaps her. Daredevil essentially saves her, and then she pulls out a gun and shoots him. And then that's it. And then she sees Muse and Daredevil as being the same after that, which is kind of like,
he saved you.
Really? Really?
What?
Really?
What?
Only one of them was actively torturing you and trying to kill you. I mean,
no.
Yeah.
No.
But of course, yeah. I know, like Matt hasn't said he's Daredevil or hasn't told her the full thing. Which again, he either needs to tell her the full thing or break up with her. But
I mean, I kind of thought it would have came, like very easily. Oh, it was my dad used to be a fighter, and
mhm.
so he also taught me how to fight a lot.
Mhm.
And I was blinded by an accident. My dad died, raised in the church. Oh, by the way, I'm also Daredevil.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, the way she behaves, I honestly think the best course of action is probably break up with her.
Yeah, let's
But
not share that because I don't imagine
'cause
that really
I don't
going
know if I
over.
would trust her. Yeah.
I don't think that would really go all over that well, and she would probably try to be more professional at that point and
Well,
delve into why.
I mean, we joked about her client list because on her client list is also fucking Kingpin.
Yeah.
Who's doing marriage counseling with his wife.
Vanessa.
And yeah, and she, like, Matt has pretty much, he hasn't gone into full details, but he has said, like, essentially Wilson Fisk is a bad guy. She knows this. She knows Matt thinks this. And then at the end of the series, Wilson Fisk offers her a job to be part of her inner circle. And she's like, yes, I'd be honored. It's like, Matt, I think you can do better, buddy. I think you can do better. In fact, you have done better.
So Matt also cracks this synopsis that Vanessa was the one who put a hit out on Foggy.
Yes.
And she hired Poindexter or, Bullseye to do it. So all this gets revealed. Bullseye still tries to kill Fisk because he blames Fisk for everything.
Yeah. Well, it's still probably revenge for Julie, which he's psycho.
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
Yeah. No. Also, in my opinion, justified. Girl didn't need to die. Julie did not deserve that.
True.
Like, absolutely did not.
Mm-hmm.
It was completely unnecessary. So, I mean, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So he tries to kill Fisk, and Matt decides to jump in, fucking take a bullet for him.
Yeah. And I do, like, I kind of get, because I think Matt was just on autopilot there. Because, like, oh, shit, somebody's getting shot. I need to save him. But I do love later when Frank's like, why the fuck did you take a bullet for Fisk? And Matt's like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, it's like, man, I would have never taken that bullet.
Fisk can take that bullet. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, there was also one moment with Fisk after that one during the Blackout episode that I was surprised that Disney was totally okay with.
Oh, so I know what you're talking about because it is easily like there was some gruesome stuff, especially in Daredevil season 1, and I think this outdoes that one quite well. If for no other reason than it stays on the shot for a good solid second, and you see it. So I guess I'll just say it. Kingpin crushes a dude's head in this.
Crushes a dude's head with his hands.
Yes. It's like, holy shit. And if you're wondering, yes, you see it. Disney Plus.
They don't really cut away from it.
No.
It when I watched it audibly got a holy fuck.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
I was just watching it going like, man, how far are they gonna go with this? It's like, whoa.
It's like, okay. Well, I'm expecting just like a reaction shot and a gruesome sound effect. No. Not at all.
And that's the thing. Like, I it's been a while since I've seen the car door thing from season 1, but I want to say that one was just like you see, like you don't see the dude's head. You just see like him just pounding the door into the body, and then you see the headless body later. I don't think you actually see the head explode
like you
do here.
I think you see like a few shots of the door closing and like hair sticking out, like the head.
Yeah,
in between.
It's
the
gruesome
door.
for sure.
Like you see like an impact shot, but like I don't think you see it. You hear it.
No, this is definitely. I can't think of any scene in the MCU more gruesome. It's like whoa.
But
take your kids to see Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, make sure you got the blindfolders ready for. You'll know when he walks into a plastic room. Yeah. Which dude should have known something at that point. We also find out that Vanessa is just as cold-blooded as Wilson.
which we kind of knew, but yeah, they definitely take it to the next level here, because as we've been seeing, Wilson has kept like he was away for quite a few years, and Vanessa got a lover during that time. Wilson found out and just abducted him and just kind of tortured him for God knows how long, and eventually he takes her down to see him, and then she just executes him, and it's like, okay, shit, Vanessa. So the moral of that story is don't hook up with Vanessa. Holy shit.
Yeah, so I think since we're talking about their little pleasure prison,
yeah.
So at the end, they have almost every single one of their enemies, to matter of speaking, captured in there.
Yeah,
like
they have like a little mini prison going on in there.
We see the swashbuckler.
Yeah.
The guy from Echo. Or no, he wasn't
Hawkeye.
from Echo. He was from Hawkeye.
Yeah, he was Hawkeye. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that guy was driving me nuts because he kept on popping up. It's like, God damn it, that face is familiar. And then they brought up the sword, and I was like, oh, it's the dude from Hawkeye.
That's right. And I was like, that's right. He totally was. He totally was that. That's right. It's like I remember thinking this guy was obnoxious as hell, and then seeing that going, okay, he's cool.
Yeah.
And we see Frank Castle.
Yep.
Do we see Karen?
No, Karen doesn't get captured. Although I did welcome her back, even though she was just kind of a supporting character helping out Daredevil. But it was nice to see her again.
Yeah.
By the way, Matt, much better girlfriend option than fucking your current one. Just saying.
I mean, like.
That is if she's willing. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think being single is better than his current one. I don't have high opinions of Heather, really, at all. She is not a great character. But yeah. And his partner, I feel like she got a little bit more to do towards the second half, but I would still like to see her developed a bit more.
What, the law partner?
Yes. I felt like she had a little bit more because in the first half I was like, I barely knew anything about her, and I still kind of don't really know too much about her, but she got a little bit more here and there.
Okay.
And then, BB Eric. I did like actually exploring her character a bit more because it seemed like she was just this kind of like this like new generation TMZ version journalist. And it was like, man, you are a far cry from Ben. And then only to find out that this is what she does to get close to Wilson Fisk, and she actually writes exposés under pen names. Yeah, and it's like, oh,
you didn't see that?
That's kind of awesome.
You didn't see that angle coming?
I didn't.
She's a journalist. Do you think she's
I'll
actually?
Be honest. I was kind of wondering if they'd do something with that because, like, she has the Urich name. Like, Ben Urich's just such a famous comic book character, and Kingpin royally fucked him up in the season 1 of Daredevil. It's like there's got to be more to this, and I wasn't sure what the more was, but I did like finding it out.
Yeah. I figured that's exactly. I kind of go, like, immediately going, okay, girl, I know your game. I know your angle. And then, like, that kid came, no, she's into me. And I went, oh, is that the role Michael Gandolfini is playing? Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You dumb bastard. But he is even stepping into his own, the character. Like, fuck, I hope he's in the next season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I assume most of the characters will come back next season because, like, fun fact, like, almost nothing's resolved at the end of this. And I think there are elements that I 100% get. Like, the Mayor Fisk storyline, I really wasn't expecting a huge resolution towards that at all. And it really isn't. He has his anti-vigilante task force, which are essentially the Punisher fanboys. And I do love Frank getting a couple, like, I know Daredevil has the anti-kill thing, and I get it, and I understand why he doesn't kill. But I do appreciate Frank coming in and just murdering a few of those guys. Just like, I do not give a fuck.
No, he was very liberal with his bullets and bloodshed.
Yes. But yeah, not a whole lot is really resolved. And honestly, like the big thing I was expecting to get resolved was the Bullseye storyline. Because honestly, he's a character that's such a wild card. Like the idea that he's just out free, like you can't really leave a guy like that out free for too long, right?
No.
But apparently that's what we're doing. He just attempted to shoot Wilson Fisk and ran away for some reason. And I'm not gonna lie, like the scene where like we see Bullseye with a sniper rifle, and I just like when they introduced that idea, I'm like, oh fuck, like he's gonna fuck some shit up. Then he just fires one bullet and that's it. And it's like, oh,
it was kind of more thinking. I was like, who's he going to go after? Who is he going to
is he gonna go after everybody? He's fucking Bullseye and he has a fucking sniper rifle.
Like, is he going to try and kill, like, you know, is he going to try and kill Fisk? Is he going to kill Vanessa? Like,
yeah, Fisk, Vanessa, and Matt are all very much on the table. But yeah, he takes a shot at Fisk and then runs away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I did find it interesting to see how Fisk's corruption kind of growing, and how like there's an element of being a mayor that kind of tamed him, and then essentially he kind of just at the end he's like, "Fuck all this! I'm just gonna put people who are loyal to me in charge and just run this city how I see fit." Definitely not playing parallel to anything going on in real world at all, but. Yeah. I think looking back and comparing this to the original Daredevil season, I'd probably say I'd put this on par, or maybe a little bit better than season 2. But I definitely don't like this as much as season 1 or season 3. But I mean, I still put it in good company. I think it's solid. What do you think,
yeah,
Bobby?
I think it's a welcomed addition to it.
Yeah.
Definitely like it better than season 2 of the original run.
Yeah.
Season 1 is still peak.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of
I think
episodes.
season 3
There's a lot of
got really
episodes
good as well.
in this one that are on par with episodes of season 1.
Oh yeah.
Episode by episode, there's some that I would even outrank over season 1 episodes. But
yeah, there's elements here I actually really like. Heck, I thought Muse was kind of a cool idea for a villain. They kind of just waste him fairly quickly.
Kind of reminded me
as
a
soon as
lot
they
of
introduce him,
Hush.
it's like bam.
Well, I had that fun moment of
like that. Yeah,
the moments of just looking like, well, that it's like, well, yeah, and thinking, and then it made me remember. I've always thought there's parallels between Daredevil and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, to a
or
degree,
Batman, yeah, Batman. There's some similarities.
Mhm.
They're just both guys, well-trained guys. Only, Matt's blind.
Yeah, that'd be a big difference.
That's
but
just like the major.
There are parallels, though, definitely.
They both were orphans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically.
Yeah, it took Matt longer to become an orphan, but yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, he's not an orphan because his mom's still alive. By the way, I want to see his mom come back.
Yeah. Well, he didn't find out about that until he was an adult too.
He thought he was an orphan. Yeah.
So yeah. Sort of. Maybe just villain similarities more. This is good though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's a solid entry. I think that's also one of the things. Like at the beginning of this season, you definitely saw elements where it felt different from the original Netflix series. But then towards the end, those kind of fade away, and it just kind of felt more like the Netflix series towards the end. Yeah, and also kind of doing its own thing. I think if you were just to watch this as a season 4, it would probably fit extremely well.
Which is kind of how we did it. So
yeah, exactly, it works. I enjoyed this.
Even though there was a huge time jump, but
yes, I'm not sure how big the time jump was supposed to be in this universe, but yeah, at least a couple years. It was good. I'm interested to see what they do with the next season. I hope they resolve that season a bit more than they do this one. But yeah, this was good. Interested to see what they do next. Anything you want to add, Bobby?
No, I'm excited to see what they do with this. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, thank you guys for waiting a week while we kind of delay this podcast. But
I did
next
say
week
that
we'll be back.
Yeah, and
Oh,
we did
go
say
ahead.
that we would call it this week too for the 200th.
Oh, okay. I haven't looked recently. Is it still Pluto Nash?
I'm pretty sure it is Pluto Nash.
But we
I
aren't
will
quite
check
to
the poll.
200th next. Yeah, we aren't quite to 200th yet because next week we have the first 3 episodes of Andor season 2 are going to get released sometime over the week. We're going to go ahead and start on Doctor Who season 2. The first 3 episodes of that should be out. I think the first 2 are already out, probably. And then we're also going to check out Warriors of Virtue. I know you guys have been demanding us watch that one. It's like you guys got to do Warriors of Virtue. It's like we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Okay. You asked. It's coming. Warriors of Virtue next week.
Yeah. They looks like 45% of people who voted all voted for Pluto Nash, which is It wasn't quite a landslide though. Catwoman trailed behind with 35%.
Yeah.
And Battlefield Earth coming in at a strong 15%, and Leonard Part 6 to show for 5%.
Well, you know what? I don't know if anybody truly wants to watch Bill Cosby, even if it's a bad movie.
I don't think
I
so
understand
either.
that. And
yeah, I completely understand that.
there is a morbid curiosity I have with Leonard Part 6, but at the same time, as somebody who was I will even admit, I used to be kind of a Bill Cosby fan back in the day. Now he just makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
Let's see. There it is. Yes, Pluto Nash, solid winner. And that'll be for the 200th episode, which is in just a couple weeks. It's coming up fast on us. Got postponed a little bit because we missed the episode last week, but it'll come up fast on us.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Like and subscribe to all 3 channels. Obviously, Organized Chaos, obviously Bobby Quarters, and Organized Chaos Podcast. If you're not liking and subscribing to all 3 of those channels, then what the fuck are you doing with your life? What's wrong with you?
Seriously.
Dude, come on, get to it.
Get to it. It's easy.
Yeah.
Don't cost nothing.
Not asking you to fucking solve world hunger. Just like and subscribe.
That'd be cool. But
yeah, I mean, if you could do that.
Yeah, do it. But
I listen. If you can solve world hunger, I will forgive you for not liking and subscribing to all 3 channels.
I might.
However, if you can't do that, I will take like and subscribe to all 3 channels as a distant second.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'll forgive you.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, party on. Be excellent to each other.
Take care.